Listen. You smell something?
Skunk Works. A group with a high degree of autonomy and unhampered by bureaucracy. This is Skunk Works.
You can watch the Skunk Works Show live right now at skunkworkshow.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
All right, welcome. I'm your host today, Ryan. You're listening to the Skunk Works Show. Sitting in with us today are the lovely 420 nurses from Shoreline, Washington. You can watch us every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. at skunkworkshow.com. That's right, you can watch us every weekend from 4 to 5 p.m. at skunkworks.com. We have a full tray for you today, so sit in with us. We are live from the Seattle, Washington High Times Cannabis Cup. So it's going to be a full day of activity. I'm sitting here with Miss Luna Kush. I also have LadyBug from 420 Nurses, so go ahead and say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Ryan. How are you today?
Well, you don't have to say hi to me. You've said hi to me. Say hi to all those folks listening to us back in Michigan and on the web. So we're here. It's High Times Cannabis Cup. You guys are all smiling. Are you ready to have a fun-filled day?
Yeah, we kind of got started a little bit early today. They're giving away free dabs out there at all the different booths in the smoking section. Yay!
Oh, my Lord. So I'm the only one that's really not had any dabs yet today.
Well, you need to smile too, right?
I smile most of the time until I'm, stressed out, but
You have
things
pretty
are
girls
good.
next to you.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny? I hate to waste time like this, but I told Kevin, I said, I am 42 years old, and I'm still managing to hang out with beautiful women.
Yay, everybody
And
give
I
it
have a
yeah.
girlfriend at home, Alicia Miller, who's kind enough to let me do this and trust me enough not to make an ass out of myself or disrespect her. So I'm a lucky guy. I get to do what I love, and I usually have beautiful faces around while I'm doing it. So those are all
make her a
bonuses.
420 nurse.
We've thought about that. When we first were searching out the 420 nurses, it was Grace Main who said, maybe you should start a Michigan chapter.
Nice.
And we're thinking, there's nobody doing it? And she's like, I don't think so. And then we found, of course, Brianna, girl next door. And it's like, okay, so we do have them in Michigan, and they're here in Washington. And where are they at? California, Colorado? Where's some of the other states where there's
They're
some?
in, I know they're in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, Texas. I believe there's some in Florida,
Yes.
Canada.
Nice.
I think there's Norway.
Illinois.
Nice. So
All over.
we're working. The Skunk Works Show is obviously working with the 420 nurses because we absolutely love them. We believe in what they're doing, and we've tricked them into thinking we're cooler than we are. So we got a
It's
good
the
thing
other way
going.
around. It's okay.
No, because pretty women never go out of style. Old, bald dudes go out of style pretty quickly. So, but I still appreciate the niceness. Niceness is it's good. So Hempfest was what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Something
Let's
like that,
touch on that event because that's a huge event, and we're actually 2 booths down from the Hempfest people. Did you guys attend that event?
Yes.
Yes, we did. We were on the Sealy stage at 420 on the main day, and we were there backstage. We were talking to a lot of people who were doing some activism speeches, speeches about cancer and using the oils and all of that. Then we did go up and dance on the main stage with I think it's called Be Real, the rap group, and that was a blast.
Nice. Did you hear Sniffer? Sniffer's telling us it's going to be a commercial,
Watch
so
the
we're going to be
Skunk
right back in a minute.
Show live on skunkworkshow.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dort Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dort Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
The first Bibles, maps, charts, Betsy Ross's flag, the first drafts of the Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution were made from hemp.
Amen! 2 Steps Higher, your old school head shop, has your full selection of smoking needs. Water pipes, hand pipes, concentrate accessories, vaporizers, rolling papers, detox products, women's clothing, t-shirts, disc golf, skateboards, and hookahs, bitch! Check us out online at 2stepshigher.com or give us a call, 655-0032.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
All right, we are back, and I'm eating my microphone because I'm hungry. It's a beautiful day here in Washington, and we are broadcasting live from the High Times Cannabis Cup here in Everett, Washington. And of course, sitting next to me is Miss Luna Kush. This is generally when we do our news segment, and Luna's got some things she wants to talk about, some local issues, and just issues with cannabis in general. So, brought to you by the Triple M Report out of Michigan. Miss Luna Kush, talk to me about some of the things that are on your mind.
Well, one of the things that we've been dealing with a lot, we get a lot of people who discriminate against the use of cannabis with children. It's kind of touches a real sore subject. It's kind of something that
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was going to let her turn her mic so she could face you. I hate to interrupt you, but that way she could be more comfortable in that.
I'm stoned, so it's all good.
She's medically stoned, just for the record.
Yeah, I need it too. Yeah, we can talk about my issues, but that's not what's important now. But there's kids out there, like there's a child out there that we have been trying to get money for and help with. He's dying of leukemia. The problem is they can't get him to eat, so he's having issues with dying from starvation, which is a very tragic way to die. They give his mother a hard time because she wants to use the CBD and the THC oils to help him.
Who gives the mother the hard time? Is it the state? Is it child welfare services? What's the issue?
It's like child protection services, kind of giving her, saying that you are being abusive in a way because you are giving narcotics to your child.
And she's using high CBD form of medication?
Yes, in an oil form, not in a smoking form. edibles. And it helps him not vomit up his food. And any of that, if you are losing somebody, you want them to be happy. You want them to be comfortable.
Comfortable is probably most important. Yes.
I don't like the fact that, cancer doesn't choose an age. Well, why should the cure have an age limit on it?
Right. That's something we did on last week's show, and whenever I can meet these parents, we had an 11-year-old child who has seizures, upwards of more than 30 a day, and they just started on the extracts, cannabis oil, high CBD. Green crack is the plant that it comes from. The name is a little crazy, but it's really safe. It's nothing to do. But anyways, they've started in 2 months giving this 11-year-old girl this medication. She went from 30 seizures down to maybe 15 to 12, and they're still adjusting, so they're, hoping they can get it down. But the alternative to this is medication that will cause cancer and kill her brain, or brain surgery, which anytime you're messing with your brain with like knives and things like that, it's probably not a good idea. So, I can't believe that, the medical community, or it's not even the medical community, it's the law enforcement community.
Absolutely.
Harasses parents, and all they're trying to do is take care of their family. It's like, I'd shoot you. Yeah. Come to my house and I'll just shoot you. You're not going to treat me that way. This is a free country. That is my child, and you don't know what I know. Absolutely. So how would you even pretend to come at me that way? Child Protective Services. I don't know. That's a weird name for a company harassing parents.
Right.
It should be the Parent Harassment Services.
Exactly. Sometimes you wonder, because you have children out there that have no homes, and you've got these, children who are, taken out of their homes because of the use of marijuana in the homes, medicinally or recreationally where it's legal. People walk around with their beer cans and alcohol. I'm not saying that that's bad, but it's not for everybody. It's in front of every child every day.
Right. Absolutely. What is the law in Washington, I guess? Is there any provision for children? Would you know that, Hannah? Hannah Banana is next to Luna Kush here. We called her Hannah Montana, and we're going to come up with some more fun names, but it's Hannah Banana, the 420 nurse. So if you see her on the street and call her anything else, you're going to hear about it. So do you know anything? Can children get med cards here, or young people, or?
Well, I'm pretty sure the legal age is 18. That's when I was able to get my medicinal card for my medical condition.
Okay.
They said that I wasn't able to get it any sooner, even though I did meet the requirements and everything, and had many, many medical records to back it up.
Were your parents, in or out? Okay, just because mom and dad don't know what you know doesn't mean they're wrong or right. It just means you have a different view, and that's
they're
okay.
Definitely more accepted now. That they know it's the only thing that's ever helped me. And I've done pretty much everything, physical therapy, and nothing ever worked. So.
Right. I'm a firm believer in cannabis. As a child, they put me on Ritalin because, believe it or not, I talked a little bit too much. I don't know why people said that, but. Now I'm on the radio. Do you think I talk too much now? And I'll tell you, when I first started smoking cannabis, I was 16 years old. And I instantly knew that when I smoked, I needed to be on downtime, not doing anything that needed to be done, just being able to be on downtime. And I really felt that it stabilized me. And my parents went nuts. They found this bag of weed in my jean jacket. Back in the Stone Age, jean jackets were cool, and I was cool, so I had one. And my mom busts into my shower and says, "What is this?" And I'm like, "A shower. Get out of here. What are you doing?" And I was grounded for a month and yelled at because I had this cannabis. And it's like, I tried to explain then. It's like, you were dosing me when I was 8 years old with this chemical. But I found a chemical that I like that's natural, and I'm in trouble? This didn't make any sense to me. And, I'll be honest with you, from that point forward, I've never stopped using cannabis. And, Mom, if you're listening, I love you, but I lied a few times when I said that was old cannabis. I forgot I had it. So
Those are my old ones.
My old
yeah.
pants.
And
That's my old
she
clothes.
came into I used to wash dishes at a restaurant, you know, as a kid. That's the only kind of job you really can get.
Right.
And I'm in there washing dishes, and my mom busts through this kitchen, you know, and there's like 12 employees, and we're rocking out dinner service. And she snagged me by my ear and went, bloop, and dragged me out back to the car and said, follow me home right now. So I follow her home, and I'm like, oh, man. And they're all like booing and hissing when I'm leaving the kitchen, you know.
Big trouble.
I get home, and I'm like, oh, those are old. That's old doobies. I wouldn't smoke those. Those are old doobies. And within 35 minutes, I was back at the kitchen working, and they're like, you made it back. No way. And I'm like, I'm good. So I feel bad because I did, you know, kind of hustle my mom, but she didn't understand. And I'll tell you, today she supports this show.
Awesome.
You know, I mean, some of the help that she gives me is financial, and without Mom's help, which if 42 sounds like a big goofy loser, you know, we wouldn't do this show because she does help us out and make things happen, along with a lot of other people. So
I was going to mention I had to take a little that Ritalin when I was a little bit younger, and then I found out my parents were in their bedroom smoking a little dope. So
it's like, I'll trade you.
Yeah.
How many pills for one of those?
So, you know, when I got a little bit of, you know, they give me a little bit of look every time I talk about using my medicinal. You know, I look at them and say, yeah, I remember those days. I remember the smell.
Yeah, it's funny. My daughter, I've had her from day one. She knows everything I do. She's seen my grow. I hide nothing. I'm not doing anything wrong, so why would I hide it? You know, I just don't get down like that. And my brother-in-law is a cop, and he's against weed. And, you know, it's funny because my daughter will get after him. You drink beer.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing about my dad. She ain't hearing that. So, you know, it's self-medication with responsibility is fine. And I'll take it a step further, which, you know, nobody's... Did you hear that? That's Sniffer. You know what time it is?
That's my butt.
It's 4:20 at home.
Oh.
So the 420 song is going to come
Happy
up. Check it out. You'll like this. I think it's synonymous with the band that's playing here tonight. A little bit of the Wailers. So we have the Wailers coming up. It's 420 in Michigan. Enjoy.
Submit your request for a 420 Song of the Week at skunkworkshow.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dordt Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dordt Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
Did you know that hemp is a sister plant to marijuana, but it won't get you high?
What the man? 2 steps higher, your old school head shop has your full selection of smoking needs. Water pipes, hand pipes, concentrate accessories, vaporizers, rolling papers, detox products, women's clothing, t-shirts, disc golf, skateboards, and hookahs, bitch. Check us out online at twostepshigher.com or give us a call, 655-0032.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Attention all units, attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
All right, we are going to jump right on to Man on the Street. It's from Windsor, Canada, and it's pretty funny. So kick back, check out Man on the Street. I think you'll enjoy it this week. And we're headed to Vancouver on Monday to get some more Man on the Street. So we are going to have a good time, and things are looking well. And we're headed to BC. So check it out. You'll like this.
We do a radio show in Flint called the Skunk Works Show.
Skunk Work?
Skunk Works Show.
Skunk. Animal.
That's right.
Got
Absolutely.
it.
We're hanging out talking to local Canadians, and I'm standing with
Randy Brash.
Randy, I'm going to assume you're from Windsor.
Oh, yeah, I'm Windsor all my life.
As you heard me say, the United States has 22 medical marijuana states, 2 states that have legalization for recreation, and it looks like a handful more are going to go that way. Does this affect Canadians in any way?
Not really, because we grow some of the best buds out there in the world. You know, BC bud, like you can't beat it. Like I've smoked pot 30 years ago, and I smoked quite a few pounds. I don't do it anymore, but if I need it for meds, you know, they say glaucoma, or like I've been through cancer. Yeah, and if I needed it, I'd roll one up real quick like.
Is there a medical marijuana program in Canada?
We're starting it. Yeah, we're supposed to have some out in the county here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
The states look like they'll probably end up legalizing within 5 to 10 years, worst case scenario. If we go legal, do you think Canada's going to follow?
That's hard to say. You know, we're two different governments. I think we're a little more laxed on the rules. So I think we'd probably do it first. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth, yeah. And
thank you very much for your time.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers, all right. I'm still sitting here in Windsor, and I'm standing with
Carol Charbonneau.
Carol, I'm going to assume that you're from Windsor also.
Absolutely, born and bred.
What is your opinion on the medical marijuana policy in the United States? We have a handful of states that have medical. We have 2 states that have recreational. It looks like it's going to become legal in the United States.
Absolutely.
How does that affect people in Canada, or does it?
I think down the road we will eventually follow suit, because with the pharmaceutical, there is so many severe side effects to medication. Myself, personally, I would rather go organic, because, I mean, I have used it in the past for sleep, for pain, because I don't want the side effects from the medication. Whereas this is from Mother Earth, I would rather be organic if I could. Absolutely.
Do you know very much about the medical marijuana program here in Canada?
No, I know that they have, like, We've heard that out in the county they are slowly getting it here. And one thing that struck a chord with me, one young girl who has so many seizures per day, why not give it to that little girl and have her have some type of quality as to opposed to giving her medication where she is a vegetable? I don't see the rhyme nor reason to that. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
This is Ryan. I'm in Windsor. We're over here talking to Canadians about medical marijuana in the United States and how it may affect Canada in the future. I'm standing with
Saleme.
Where are you from?
I'm Lebanese, but I'm Canadian citizen.
In the United States, as you may or may not know, there's a lot of medical marijuana states. There's 2 states that have recreational marijuana for anyone 21 and over. Do you think that's going to affect Canada in any way?
Not really, because I think marijuana is a beautiful medical. People like really, it's relaxing. It's make you hungry. It make you funny. It changes kind of certain things in life, make it more simple, more easier maybe. And it's good for people. I don't think any problem with it. Like people, they have a little issue with it or they have a problem with it. They shouldn't smoke it, point. For me, honestly, I like it very much. It's really nice, and it's good for everything. And I go for it. I encourage, United States, if they want to go for it, there's no problem. Just go, guys.
Thank you very much for your time.
This is Skunk Works.
Legalize it and be done with it.
Everybody needs to be cautious of these people that are going to be high and delirious.
Watch out, here we come. Be cautious. We're a dangerous group, Skunky. Did you hear?
Yes. I can't believe I'm here on the West Coast for the first time. We're here in Seattle, Washington.
It's awesome, dude.
At the Cannabis Cup 2014.
I have to say, I'm kind of excited to get this show under our belt so we can go out and check out what's going on outside.
Right.
So you've been outside. You got some treats here. I got these tubes with these products in them. What'd you find?
Caviar Gold.
Caviar Gold,
yes,
huh?
They say they're the world's strongest medicine.
All
and
right.
they pre-roll them and looks like kind of the raw paper with the little cardboard filters at the end.
Amsterdam is where I learned about this in 2000 and it would have been the end of 2001 in December. I went over there and they were rolling their, these cones and they had this paper in it. And I'm thinking, I don't want paper in my weed, just like I don't want tobacco in my weed.
Well, the thing about those is it prevents the tar and resin from hitting your lip, your tooth. You get the people that got the one yellow tooth because they just hit their medical cigarette on the one side.
I learned that it is a good thing, so it took me a minute.
And it did start in Europe because a lot of my friends went to Europe. They came back and they started rolling their medical cigarettes using cardboard.
Right, because it does work. It keeps it, you can keep hitting it. Usually it gets gooed up and it's nasty, so... It's what's the name of this company?
Caviar Gold.
Caviar Gold.
Yeah, I told them I'm Uncle Skunky. I need some meds, and then they threw it to me.
I'm gonna say I'm Ryan. Can I have some meds? And they're gonna say get out of here.
But you gotta tell them your arthritis or your back pain. You gotta tell them your ailments.
My fingernail hurts. So what else did you find?
Dab sticks. They were actually at the Flint Cannabis Cup too.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of technical errors, we were talking about it earlier.
Right.
They actually had a technical error with their oil rig, with their electronic nail.
Right.
So when I walked up there, I couldn't do anything because they were out of commission, and they had a mechanic coming to look at it.
We need the tech to fix the rig, please.
Yes.
It's like going to Cedar Point and the dragster doesn't work.
Yes, Dab Stick's really cool company. They sell a whole bunch of accessories for vape pens, and they actually have really cool dab sticks.
Nice, that's cool.
Yes.
There's a good-looking lady on the front that always sells. We had the 420 nurses because people like them, so we invite them to go with us.
Oh, I don't blame you. My skunk tail goes up every time I see them.
There you go. Nice.
So then another company, they actually gave me a cookies and cream nugget. We'll try later.
Nice. That's a cup winner or something, right?
It is. They gave me, the one company says, you got to go talk to the breeders over there. So I did. And that's the Exotic Genetics, they're called.
All right.
And I can't wait to try the cookies and cream. But yeah, they got
Right.
Spirit in the Sky, cookies and cream.
There's a bunch
Look
of
at that.
trophies.
Kimbo Kush. Oh yeah, the cookies and cream is first place.
I'm going to hold this up so the cameras can check this out. This is a menu of what they have here, and it's a nice menu, and it has THC content and the cups that they've won. And who are these guys? Exotic Genetics.
Yes, in fact, Green Health Cooperative, they carry their medicine too.
And Green Health is here in Washington?
Yes, they are.
What city are they in?
Seattle. Right here on 4th Avenue.
So we're giving a shout out to Green Health because they were good to us. So
Yes.
there you go.
And Exotic Genetics, they work together.
Nice.
And then you have this was great, Sensi Sweets. I went in. One of my favorite strains I've had in Michigan is strawberry lemonade. It's a sativa, very nice, happy, high. People clean their garage when they smoke
Right
it.
on.
Just a really good medicine. And so they actually had a strawberry lemonade liquid. Comes in like the little milk plastic cartons, but they
Right
were
on.
giving out free shots. It was amazing. It had that little herbal taste to it, little thickness, but that strawberry lemonade hit it to the T.
Nice. I'm not a fan of a lot of the edibles because I don't like some of that flavor, the cannabis flavor. I'm a smoker and I love it for flavor, but eating it sometimes turns me off. So I'm interested to try.
And when I told you earlier before we went on air, I'm going after the show. We're all going down there. We're going to try things out, but there's this chocolate with bacon in it. And I'm obsessed with bacon. I've had bacon every day.
I like bacon and I like chocolate. I've never had chocolate bacon though.
Yeah, I was in Portland the other day, and there's a place famous. It's been on Food Network called Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah,
Yes, I went there the other day. I was there yesterday.
Really?
Yes,
That's
actually, when you
sweet.
called me, that's where I was.
Awesome. That's cool.
And so I had a maple donut with bacon on it, and I'm obsessed. But the fact that there are companies now doing the medical, I like it.
That is sweet. I like it too. That's good stuff.
So that's pretty much for the meds. And then there's a lot of other vendors that are just wonderfully related to different topics in this industry.
Nice.
And we're going to start out with basically, before we get medicine, we got to start growing it. And you actually have to have a grow room. So there's a company out there that's actually selling stuff for cleaning. It's called Cannabis Clean. And it protects against mold, mildew, fungus, algae. They have like a step 1 and a step 2, and you actually treat it while you're building your room. So before the plants are in there.
So it's like a clean. So you like rub it on the walls, like if you were going to bleach your room out.
Yes.
Instead of bleaching your room out, you use this cannabis.
Yes, and there's certain scientific stuff where there's the positive charge and the negative, and there's this ionic charge where it removes a molecule and then kind of just like makes it disappear. And it's just a really good cleaning product. There's just wonderful vendors out here today.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yes, and then there's companies now that are specializing in just oils, because of the CBD only.
Extracts are huge.
Yes.
That's the modern cannabis movement.
Yeah, they got the oils, the hemp oils, even just pure CBD and applicators. They got a nice CBD vape oil, and then they have this topical oil.
Nice.
I might actually pick some of that
That's
up.
like peanut butter from Ann Arbor, Michigan. He makes, Gersh Avery. Do you know Gersh Avery?
No, never heard of him.
He does the topicals, and he does a really good job with it. So other people are obviously learning the craft too, so that's cool. Where are these guys out of? What's their gig?
They're actually going to be selling in all the states. I heard one of the sales rep saying.
Brown's Botanicals, huh?
Yes.
Interesting. So we'll be looking for them to come large. They're going to be looming large.
Yes, and I did notice there's actually a lot of companies out there that are doing testing. There's this one little you could buy it for $15, $20, a little testing kit, and you could test your CBDs and your THC. You get a little plastic vial,
right?
And then you put your solutions in there, and it'll tell you
by the color.
Yes, by the color, kind of
Right.
how much.
It's kind of like if it turns blue, you're positive for cocaine, and you go to prison forever.
I guess I've never heard of that one.
I watch a lot of Cops, and that's how they do it. Okay. It's like it's blue. You're going to jail for the rest of your life. So yeah, that's crazy. That's a good method for home testing. But I'll tell you what, Iron Laboratories in Walled Lake, Michigan, is a huge supporter of our show, and there's nothing better than having a true certified laboratory testing your meds, because they can get a little more detailed, a little more intricate. But for a quick, proven to your patients that you got high CBD or you got a strong THC, that's a cool method. It really is.
And then there's a couple other companies here that are doing it. Well, a lot of the companies do when they test, they'll actually put it in a database. So they want people from all the medical states or legal states to kind of put their samples in, and it puts it in a database, and then we know the strain, and then we can kind of compare the looks, the pictures, and all the levels of THC and CBDs. And that's a really nice way that they're doing it.
Right.
And I know between strains kind of change percentage depending on the growers, this or that, but still they have a good average on everything. And then check this out. They actually have, it's called Lightwave Science, in a briefcase, a little testing kit.
Wow.
Oh, it's over $20,000. It's very expensive, but it's a kind of cool thing. And, the point is everybody gets together, everybody uses their brilliant minds and all the inventions and the stuff that people come up with. It's great.
Absolutely. Well, it's good for the economy, and since, most places in this country still haven't rebounded like it was before 9/11, this industry is strong. There's a lot of jobs to be had, there's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of, opportunity out there. So, cannabis saved this country once, and it's prepared to do it again if people would just lighten up a little bit and realize that it's going to happen, that it's not the devil, it's okay.
The devil's harvest
from
reefer madness.
It's just crazy, man. It really is. So we try to do the right things and, be responsible and promote responsibility. And as long as we're doing that, we should be, respected and treated like regular citizens instead of looked down upon. So, this is a great event for that reason. It brings a lot of people in the movement together, and a lot of people get to talk about where we want to go forward. So, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
And then there was a local glass blower here, Elevation Glass. Oh, great work, great pieces. Talked to him for a while. He actually works with another guy, and they kind of do work together sometimes. He's like, there was a skull inside of his big bong, and he's like, well, I did this part, my friend did that part. And I was like, nice. You collaborated together, two artists, and made these pieces.
Nice. No, you can keep... Sniffer's telling us we're going to commercial, so... No, that's awesome. We're going to go talk to him when we're done. We'll be right back. Give us 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and we're going to move forward. We just had a guest sit down, so we'll tell you who that is in a minute.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Did you know quality paints and varnishes were made from hemp seed oil until 1937?
How to tell if your girlfriend's a psycho.
I drink paint every day.
2 Steps Higher, your old school head shop, has your full selection of smoking needs. Water pipes, hand pipes, concentrate accessories, vaporizers, rolling papers, detox products, women's clothing, t-shirts, disc golf, skateboards, and hookahs, bitch! Check us out online at 2stepshigher.com or give us a call, 655-0032.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dordt Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dordt Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
Alrighty, we are back from that short little break, and I have Ray Chubb. Is that right?
I'm on.
There we go. I got Ray Chubb, so I was playing with the knobs. Ray is with We the People United America. Is it America?
Uniting America.
United
Yes.
America. He's actually set up across from us, and he's got a show that he does. And as we always promote anybody that's doing cannabis radio, we want to talk with Ray and give him an opportunity to tell us what he does, what's his show about, and give you guys that are listening an opportunity to go see Ray and what his show is all about. You know, Ray, here's my thing with this cannabis radio. Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS network, those networks were all built because those companies chose to come together and work together. And we in this radio industry and cannabis radio need to come together and work together because we're not going to hurt each other. We're going to help each other.
Yep.
So, you know, I welcome everybody at our table. We always do.
Thank you.
And we're happy to have you. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing and how you started.
Well, first, thank you so much to Skunk Works Show to give me the opportunity to, be like a water drop joining a puddle. I'm reminded, one of my favorite philosophies I learned in watching an interview with Bruce Lee. And he says that, I'm sure you're familiar with the one, Bruce. When the water becomes everything. You put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put into a pitcher, becomes the pitcher. Become the water, my friend, he says.
Be like water. That was his ultimate, yes, absolutely.
And, on my website, wethepeople-radio.com, on the top of it, my banner is a picture of all these water droplets, some massive and some tiny in comparison, and, all sorts of different sizes, and then the caption says, like each drop of water, the unity of the people amasses great power for the people. And then I think about Bruce Lee, become the water, because when water falls from the sky, it's just these tiny drops, but yet it falls over the mountains and carves them, and it punches caves and holes, and it shapes the earth. And what is the water doing? It's trying to get to more water.
That's right.
It's trying to reunite. So let's start behaving like water.
Absolutely. And when people come together, things change. And people came together in Washington. They came together in Colorado. They came together in Arizona. They came together in Michigan. There's the medical states. This didn't happen because people were on their couches watching TV. This happened because people were out making this happen.
That's right.
We started as droplets, like he said, but we're going to finish like a tidal wave.
Absolutely.
Right? We're just going to wash the country clean and let them know that this medicine is clean and it is wonderful and it's helped a lot of people, and people are living longer and less ailments because of this medicine.
That's right. And over time we've seen this movement go from it being completely illegal, and the majority of people concurred with that, and there was no fuss about it, but from a tiny majority or a tiny minority, and then over time we started started to see it go through a metamorphosis process where then we had, this, it was common to see it in movies and TV shows to joke about it. So it became common in pop culture. Then another metamorphosis occurred when we start to see medical marijuana start to pop up in different states. And then all of a sudden, now all of a sudden we're playing someone else's game but thinking it's really our game, right?
Right.
And now we're moving towards this recreational movement, and even now we're even past that first stage. Now there's no doubt that we're going to get recreational cannabis all over the country. What we have to be concerned about now is who's going to control it.
Absolutely, because we really don't want the big corporations. We've let them have enough. The people that have, grassroots movements that have brought this recreational and medical marijuana, we want to grow our own medicine. We want to grow our own recreational products. This is ours. We fought the fight, and we have to be very careful not to give this away.
That's right.
We don't need another McDonald's or another Coca-Cola or Frito-Lay. They've got all they're getting out of me, and that's how I feel about it. And we need to keep control as citizens. You're not going to bill me for this and charge me for this and make it something that I never intended it to be. I'm okay with the collectives and the dispensaries making a profit and working as individual companies, but I do not want to see any one big company coming in and being the mother of cannabis, because they weren't involved when we needed them, so don't be involved now.
And we have to, we got to tax it, but we have to watch out and make sure we don't tax it too highly.
That's right. I mean, tax it fairly, right?
Because there's a suit right now. It's not the Attorney General of Washington, but it's somebody in that kind of a position, a lower minion. They are suing the growers in this state. There's a suit coming because by the time the product actually gets to the collectives or dispensaries, it's so highly priced that, it's $30 for an eighth of weed here. I mean, not an eighth, I'm sorry, a gram.
That's
$30 a gram. And that, I'm like, really? And I had somebody from Michigan go in and get a tube just like this one. So anybody that's watching, this is a $30 tube in a recreational
See, that's only to
dispensary.
continue to drive a black market. And
Absolutely.
I'm suspicious of the groups that are pushing for these laws. I'm really suspicious of them, and I'm really not shy about it. The Cannabis Frontier is a company that's out promoting good people and encouraging people to connect with good people, and they lovingly dubbed me the fearless advocate. Nice. And I encourage people to be fearless in their advocacy. Let's not pander to non-supporters. Let's not make apologies. And first of all, let us stop right this moment from ever having to justify or explain that cannabis isn't harmful, it's not lethal, and people shouldn't go to prison. You know what? People who support people going to prison and dying in no-knock raids and keeping cannabis illegal, they should be the ones explaining to us.
Yes.
Because
no victim, no crime.
Why should I engage in a conversation of something that's obviously never happened? Nobody's ever died from cannabis. Why should I engage in that conversation?
These people are ignorant and naive, and I believe that there's a lot more programming coming out, shows like us and national network shows that are educating, like Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Shows like this are actually changing the minds of older people.
Right. And, I consider Dr. Sanjay Gupta to be a hero-like image for the fence-sitting part of our community. So people that are not sure whether or not they support it, because something's just not right.
Your mom and dad will listen to Sanjay. They're not going to listen to you.
Right, exactly. But I do like to point out that Sanjay, even though he has taken a huge turn in his stance on cannabis, you can still see that he's not going all the way. He's still a little hesitant. He's like, well, I still want to keep it out of the hands of children. And it's like, I'm sorry, because You know, you take your kid to the doctor or to the hospital, and they have no qualms with feeding them some opiate-based narcotic,
Right.
pharmaceutical pill that causes them just as much issues as the adults. But you're really concerned about weed for the kids? Really?
Right.
We should be seeking that as the alternative, especially for our kids.
Absolutely.
You know, I used to be prescribed Xanax for my anxiety, right? Do you know I started taking, I was on probation, so I couldn't have my medicine. And so I had to take other pharmaceuticals, pills, just to deal with my anxiety. But once I was done with that, I stopped the pills and I went right to the medibles. And the medibles is what helps me with my anxiety. My arthritis went away like 60-70%. And people got to understand this, that we do need it. It's not for just
Absolutely.
getting high and using a drug, which it's not, but still.
Right. Well, we have to watch out for groups like MPP. I put them on the spot because right now they're coming into Arizona and saying, because I live in Arizona.
Tell me who that is.
A
because we
marijuana
don't
policy
know who.
project.
Okay.
Okay, they actually raised the money to hire the petitioners to get the signatures to pass Proposition 203 in Arizona years
Okay.
ago for the medical marijuana bill that we have there, or the law that we have there.
Right.
However, there was so many ambiguities in the law that so many people found themselves fighting their way through court anyways, and if they couldn't afford to, they in fact either
You
plead
take
out
the
or
punishment.
yeah, they took the punishment. And so I had addressed MPP on a personal level at a meeting, and I asked them to explain to me what they learned as the consequences of what they had passed. And they, instead of saying, well,
Drink break.
we saw what had occurred because of some of these things that we didn't anticipate, and so we learned this, that, or that. But they didn't approach it that way. They simply defended the 25-mile rule. The 25-mile rule, are you familiar with this?
No, I am
It
not.
means that if you live 25 miles within a dispensary, you cannot grow. You cannot cultivate.
Oh, I did hear that. I read that, yes.
Okay, and so what happens is they want to come in and pass a law for 2016, and they're not talking to the people on the ground. They're not asking people, what do we need to be aware of so we can write the right law,
So
the correct law.
it's not the people making this.
That's right.
It's
The lawmakers.
The national lobbyists.
Yeah, it's lobbyists again taking control of our situation.
So we need to ask MPP to come to the ground level and talk to the people and explain what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's the people's movement. We did this. These organizations like MPP, they've sprung up after the fact, and it's like everybody wants to be the hero and everybody wants to stake their claim that we're the ones that made, this movement and gave you this freedom and did this for you. No, you weren't. You were the people that got hired after a lot of people did a lot of hard work. And now you're involved. So they have to remember that. You work just like anybody else. You work for the people. We're going to head into break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Thank you,
We
gentlemen.
make the rules.
That's right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dort Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dort Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
The real estate market is moving full speed ahead, so don't be left behind. Remember Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim Nowak with Century 21 Town and Country, and I'm here to help you whether you're buying your first home or thinking of selling and moving on up. Let me guide you in the right direction. Call me at 248-835-2992. Again, it's 835-2992, and my focus will be on your needs. Remember Kim.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
All right, we are back live in Seattle at the High Times Cannabis Cup. I'm sitting still with Uncle Skunky.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to everybody that made this possible. Thank you to Iron Labs. Thank you to Ben Horner. Thank you to Florida Bob. Thank you to OG Smokes. Thank you to Muskegon County Compassion Club. This is a NOAC Media production.
And I want to thank everybody for giving us free stuff, and my boys at A Detroit Alternative back at home.
See ya.